Hello guys, my name is Matthew, and this is a big moment not only for the channel, but for me personally. I am going to start watching Band of Brothers today. Just to real quick give you guys a warning, for most of my first episodes on TV shows, I do like a 3 or 4 minute yap session in the beginning. So if you do just want to hop straight to my reaction, just go to the beginning of the chapter. I will obviously talk a lot about the content in this first episode at the end if you want to hear that. But I'm just going to give a quick rundown of my expectations of this show and just some personal notes about myself. Again, my name is Matthew, if you're new to the channel. Just real quick, I have a film degree. I got that a couple years ago. I'm 21 years old. The boring stuff. To my expectations about this show. I started really getting into TV in about 2016. I was 12, you know what I mean? And, you know, when you really get into TV, you hear the usual suspects. What are the greatest shows of all time? You hear Breaking Bad. Yeah, I watched Breaking Bad in 2016. You hear The Sopranos. Obviously, I'm watching The Sopranos right now for the channel. The Wire. I watched The Wire 2 years ago. You hear True Detective Season 1. I watched that last year. The other thing that I heard that was right next to those specific shows was Band of Brothers. I have always heard about how insane this show was. I know that it's 10 episodes, made by HBO, I believe, and, you know, something made by HBO. It's usually fucking quality. So I'm very excited to watch this. I know no specifics. I know no characters. Just a real quick, I don't want to make myself look like an idiot or anything like that. I do just want to say this out loud. I'm not a real big historian. Especially with World War II. Again, I know this is about World War II. But I've never really, it's never been my forte. Like, not necessarily understanding-wise, but just interest-wise. Like, if I look at history, I enjoy other aspects, other time periods. I don't really like, I would classify this as modern. But anyway, just to summarize, I don't really know that much about it, so I would assume I'm going to be learning a lot, and I hope I'm not lost. But I am going to pay close attention. Real quick, too, just want to say one thing about me. Some of my all-time favorite shows, Lost, Severance, Attack on Titan, Vinland Saga, obviously Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, Sopranos, The Wire, The Leftovers, just to give you guys a rundown of some of the stuff I've watched. The final thing that I do want to say before I hop into this reaction, not only other than the fact that I'm super excited to watch this, the thing that I'm most excited for, and I think a lot of you guys fans of this as well, almost like the Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the screen meme, I know that I know so many characters, actors in this show. I know that I know like 50, I bet. And obviously, like I said, I first heard about this show in 2016. 2025. I've known about this for a long time. I have every once in a while gone and you know, looked at the cast and going like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. The only person off the top of my head that I know is in this for sure is David Schwimmer, which I've never seen David Schwimmer act in anything. I've never seen an episode of Friends. I've never seen him in anything else. So I'm very excited to see how he is. I've heard that he's fantastic in this. And like I said, I know like 30 or 40 other people, it seems. So the minute that one of those people comes up, I'm going to point. I'm going to go, I know them from this. If I'm on my game that day, I might also be able to tell you the exact name of the actor too. So I'm excited for those moments. I lied. I have one more thing to say. Just to give you guys information about how I'm going to be watching this. These are going to be airing once a week for the next 10 weeks. I have a Patreon. I am most likely multiple weeks ahead. Before you guys, you know, if you're interested in seeing the full-length reactions and you're interested in seeing my reactions a couple weeks before they air on YouTube, please check the YouTube comments. It shows you the exact episode I'm on. I don't want anyone to like expect me to be done the show already and I'm only 3 or 4 episodes ahead. So check the YouTube comments before you join if you want to see the exact episode I'm on currently. Other than that, I would really appreciate if you subscribe. If you like my content, if you like my reaction to Band of Brothers, if you want to see more of this, please subscribe and also like and comment. And I lied, there's one more thing I do want to say, and I'll say it at the end of the episode too. I know that not only is there Band of Brothers, there is the Pacific and Masters of the Air, and either they're made by the same people or they're, I was going to say same universe. It's obviously based off of reality, but they're connected in some way, I know. And the minute that Band of Brothers finishes once a week, I will immediately go into the Pacific, and I will immediately follow that up with Masters of the Air. So I'm going to be watching the whole trifecta. No worries about me needing to watch anything else or anything like that. So for the next 30 weeks, You guys are. I hope you guys stick with me and watch all. Well, actually, 29 weeks, but for the next 29 weeks, I hope you guys stick with me throughout this show. I'm really excited. I think that this is going to be epic. I think it's going to make me cry. I think it's going to make me laugh. I think it's going to. I know that this is one of the pinnacles of television. I'm excited for you guys to join me, and I'm excited to get into it. So, other than that, I say let's do it. Let's go.
We were in a store, and a guy in that store told us to put our uniforms on.
Oh, is this also like half documentary, like Chernobyl? I didn't know there was actual like interviews or real life people in it. I thought it was all actors.
Who would like to volunteer for the Tank Corps? Who would like to volunteer for the Air Force? Who would like to volunteer for...
I feel like I'm not even going to talk as much as my usual. I want to shut up and learn. Oh yeah, these are all these guys. Obviously, I would assume that people are going to fucking die and I'm going to cry during it, but... Oh, there's an intro? I didn't know there was an intro. It's going to show all the actors' names? Feels... I know this was older, like 20, 25, 30 years maybe. Maybe 20 years, I don't know. Michael Cudlitz. I know Michael Cudlitz. Neil McDonough, I know. David Schwimmer. Richard Spite Jr., I know from Supernatural. Is this gonna make me cry? Guys, is this show gonna make me cry? I'm so fucking hyped for this. 10 episodes. 1944. Again, I don't know that much about history, so they're gonna have to teach me. I'm gonna have to pay attention here. Obviously, I know this gentleman. This beautiful man plays a great villain on TV. I would assume he's not going to be a villain in here. I could so much fucking respect the people who did this. What a cut. Hey, my man. It's one of the biggest joys as a television fan to just see actors in recurring roles that you know what I mean? Especially if you didn't expect to see them in it. You get caught off guard.
Jump tonight. The invasion has been postponed. We're on a 24-hour stand down. Bitch. Two sergeants, take charge.
Okay. Meehan? First name I got.
This is quite a surprise.
Oh, I know this. I've seen this. Why am I blanking on the name? I mean, I don't know that much. I would assume that we're on like any minute something bad can happen and we can be deployed or we can go for it. But why do we got the face paint on?
5 o'clock in New York. 4 o'clock in Chicago. Happy hour, huh? Yeah. Happy hour. A couple of drinks.
Oh, this show's gonna make me cry, I feel like. A show like this, too, not only just an HBO show, I would assume 10 out of 10 dialogue, and I'm already getting those vibes.
Actually, it's from there.
Oh, him.
712 days of that son of a bitch, and here we are.
You people are at the position
Mr.
of
Schwimmer.
attention. Private Picante, have you been blousing your trousers over your boots like a paratrooper?
No, sir.
That explained the creases at the bottom.
Oh my god.
No excuse, sir.
Volunteering for the parachute infantry is
So
one
Bell?
thing, Picante, but you've got a long way to
can't read
prove
that.
you belong here. Your weekend pass is revoked.
I don't.
Name?
Lord Judge.
Dirt in the
I don't know if he's just an absolute hard ass or this is the sort of standard in the army.
When did you sew on these chevrons, Sergeant Lipton?
Yesterday, sir.
Long enough to notice this. Revoked.
Sir.
Jesus.
Name?
Malarkey. Donald.
Malarkey.
Malarkey's slang for bullshit, isn't it?
This poor guy. I've heard horror stories of people having weird names in the army.
Rusty bayonet, Liebgott. You want to kill Germans?
Yes, sir.
Not with this.
Dude, this is... Again, I want to repeat it. Respect. I could not do this shit.
Get to war, and I will not take you to war in your condition. Now, thanks to these men and their infractions, every man in the company who had a weekend pass has lost it. Change into your PT gear. We're running Currahee.
Is that like a running drill?
Second platoon, fall out. We have 2 minutes.
Hunters. Again, there's so many people in this show. I'm gonna probably have trouble with names, but...
Easy company. Hey, while you're running, don't worry, we'll take your dames to the movies for you. Yeah, good. They need some female compliments.
Oh my god.
Now what company is?
That is Sobel, okay.
Now what do we do? Do not help that man!
Is Sobel running with him? Oh, yeah, yeah. Hey, I respect that shit. You want to be a hard ass and punish people? You're right there running with him. Obviously, I know you guys can tell by looking at me. This shit looks like fucking hell to me. This shit looks fucking awesome. It's already shot fantastically. I have so many names written down, and I don't know who the fuck they are.
Sir, we got 9 companies, sir. We do. Well, how come we're the only company marching every Friday night, 12 miles full pack in the pitch dark?
I'm sure as much as it fucking sucks. Randleman.
Lieutenant Sobel hates us, sir.
I'm sure that this group will be fucking badasses and the most equipped team for the job when the war actually goes full out.
Just hates you. Thank you, sir.
Jesus fuck.
Who is this? Christensen!
Oh my god. This is torture!
Late, and you allow troopers to disobey direct orders?
No excuse, sir.
You're making me look bad, Lieutenant. This is not Dog Company.
This is torture.
Company. This is Easy Company. And under my command, this will be the first and finest company in this regiment. I want the names of 6 men. Their infractions and your disciplinary recommendations on my desk by 0130. Is that clear?
Jesus.
What infractions, sir?
Make them up.
Find some.
That's... Dude, again... I don't want to jump to conclusions, and obviously he seems like a fucking stickler, and maybe slightly like an asshole.
Gave him latrine duty. The lucky 6?
But I don't know. I don't know how to read him yet.
Muck and Garnier. Why them? It was our turn.
This is
Sobel's a
thing that happens all the time.
had a headmaster just like him in prep school. I know the type. Louis, Michelangelo's a genius. Beethoven's a genius.
This motherfucker's a dumbass.
Time Currahee with a full pack just to piss in that guy's morning coffee.
Let's go, let's
It's like they're being motivated by their common hatred.
have 50 minutes to the top and back, and I will be watching you. What are you waiting for?
God, yes, sir. He's scary. It's obviously funny too. I said this is my first time seeing David Schwimmer act in anything. I have obviously seen him in clips of Friends, never seen any specific episodes. But I think especially when you like look at today's society with actors like Bryan Cranston and Bob Odenkirk, I think that comedic actors are the best actors, even in serious roles. Brothers. The Joke Band of Brothers.
Best performance record in the entire 2nd Battalion. I believe every bit of that.
And he's still a hard ass. I mean, obviously that's why they got there, but
Isn't that Lieutenant Winters leading Easy Company in PT?
Yes, sir.
He's a damn good man. I was planning on giving him a set of these today. Why don't you do it? He'd be proud to get them from you.
I could see him not giving it to him just to keep motivating him.
How is it, Private Tipper?
He's such a good asshole.
So much correspondence.
But again, he gets results.
These men aren't paratroopers yet, Lieutenant. They have no personal property. What is this? Anybody?
Pudding? Oh, peaches? Hey, man, I fucking love peaches.
Nixon thinks this is a can of peaches.
Oh, what's in it?
That is incorrect, Lieutenant. Your weekend pass is canceled. This
Oh,
is
okay.
Uni-
I thought there was something hidden in it. Or is he not?
Colonel Sink has seen fit to promote you.
But I think you're a piece of shit. Oh, wow! Hold up!
Thank you, sir. And as a test of your organizational skills and command potential, I am designating you mess officer for 14 days.
I don't know if that's good or if that's bad.
Breakfast to be served at 0600.
Kitchen kind of sounds like a more lax position, but it could also be I don't know. I was gonna say a part of this is wholesome, but also this is scary. It's fucking war.
Spaghetti. This is army noodles with ketchup.
You ain't gonna eat it.
Oh, come on, gonorrhea. As a fellow Italian, you should know that calling this crap spaghetti is a mortal sin.
Don't want it on.
No, I'm eating here.
Hey, get out of here.
What has changed? Get up!
Oh my god, give it to him and take it away?
It's running up Currahee! Move! Move!
Oh, get him to vomit and shit like that. He's a demon!
Hi-yo, Silver! Let's go, let's go! You're a washout, Private Hoobler! You should pack up those ears and go home! Looks like Gordon's done!
Oh my god, dude! He's like training dogs! But see, this is something I do want to say. Again, I've never been in the army, obviously. I've never been in any sort of anything like this. Sobel he's there with him. He's not like some like kicking up his feet and then laughing at these people while he's torturing them. He's there down in the gutter with him. This is so fucking scary. Again, I say scary, but also like, and obviously, especially because, oh wow. Especially because this is a fictionalized version of this, but like, seeing the close connections, the brotherly relationships between these guys who are in hell, it's almost inspiring. Looking a little nervous. It's so fucked. Like, this isn't even like like, all of the shit that they're going through now, this isn't even the hard part. They're not at war yet. Another thing too, like, obviously we have to do drills, and we have to make sure that we are absolutely 100% prepared if this shit were to actually happen. But I would still be so scared of something malfunctioning.
Congratulations, Martin.
Corporal Toy, there will be no leaning in my company. Are those dusty jump wings? How do you expect to slay the Huns with dust on your jump wings?
Oh, I know this gentleman too. Another actor.
Currahee!
It sucks knowing that these people are going to fucking die.
We're in the wrong position. We're in the wrong position.
We're textbook position for ambush, sir. We should sit tight. Let the enemy team come in our killing zone.
They're right out there somewhere. Let's just get them.
Obviously, the shots of him in the plane, I feel like he's someone who puts on a wall. I don't know necessarily to make himself look tougher, but maybe more so to stay tough and lead people. I definitely see him as someone who could maybe potentially overthink, overanalyze what's going on. Fucking mistake.
Captain, you've just been killed, along with 95% of your company. Your outfit?
Easy Company, 2nd Battalion, 506.
Leave 3 wounded men on the ground and report back to the assembly area.
Oh my god.
You.
That's so fucked.
I'm hearing a lot of rumblings.
Sobel? Just talking about that.
Trying to ounce him?
Jumpy in the field.
Mm-hmm. He gets jumpy and then you get killed.
That's nice. Yeah, listen, if we discuss it, I think it should just be amongst ourselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Hello, sir. Hello, Sergeant Jumpy.
Easy if one went off by accident, you know?
Well, now they must have put him in charge for a reason.
Yeah, because the Army wouldn't make a mistake, right, Shifty?
Again, like, I'm not really too educated in this stuff like this, but he does feel a little, again, like I said, maybe Jumpy, over-analyzing. Obviously nervous. You should always, again, you always fear of dying. It's a 100% realistic feeling. But he's obviously good at, I don't want to say leading people, but I don't even want to misword it. Like, forcing people to do things and keeping them together and strong.
Dear sir or madam, soon your son will drop from the sky to engage and defeat.
Oh my god, dude. How much money did they spend to make this? I mean, obviously, it feels like, I would assume, like a fucking 10-hour-long movie.
Hey guys, I'm glad I'm going to Europe. Hitler gets one of these right across the windpipe. Roosevelt changes Thanksgiving to Joe Toy Day and pays me 10 grand.
Joe Toy Day. I love this actor. I've seen him in a couple things as well.
We don't get to Europe. What if they send us to North Africa?
My brother's in North Africa. He says it's hot.
Really? It's hot in Africa?
Astute observation, sir.
Point is, it don't matter where we go. Once we get into combat, the only person you can trust is
yourself
and the fella next to you. Hey, long as he's a paratrooper.
Oh, yeah? What if that paratrooper turns out to be Sobel?
Don't trust these sissies in the other departments of the army.
Hook up with some other officer like Heiliger or Winters.
I like winners.
Now the question is, will Sobel at some point prove himself, or will he falter in a moment where he can't?
He ain't Catholic.
Neither Sobel.
That prick's
I'm gonna write down Gordonaire's name too.
He's what? He's a Jew. I'm a Jew. Congratulations. Get your nose out of my face.
Oh, that's fucking horrible. Oh my god. Like, it's just constant training. And then the minute you get actually put into a situation, some of these people fucking die immediately. It's horrible. And, like, I don't want to get into, like, opinions on, like, war and all that. I'm obviously very against war, but I think World War II is one of those cases where the cause is the fucking right thing. Like, shut this shit down.
Why is there a fence here? There should be no fence here.
Tipper!
Oh my god, dude, he does get so stressed.
There should be no fence here.
You gotta adjust.
We could go over it, sir.
Really? That's not the point. We're the goddamn...
The goddamn hell out.
Make it a good major can goose this smuck. Get us moving.
No, man. Oh, yeah, yes. Liz, you got it. You got it. Come on. All right, just this once.
Be careful, you're gonna get this man fucking...
Is there a problem, Captain Sobel? Who said that? Who broke silence?
I think it's Major Horton, sir.
Oh my... Don't laugh right in his fucking face, are you stupid?
What is he? Did he join us?
I think maybe he's moving between the platoons, sir?
What is the goddamn holdup, Mr. Sobel?
Fucking, I don't care how funny it is, he's going to rip you a goddamn new one!
A barbed wire fence!
Oh, that dog just ain't gonna hunt.
Are you guys stupid? So, come on.
Now, you cut that fence and get this goddamn platoon on the move!
Yes, sir!
Oh my god, man.
It's a T intersection. We improvise.
This man, I feel like...
Lay down a base of
Cool. He seems more capable than Sobel. I feel like he's gonna get another raise, and then I feel like he's going to fucking die in war. Because the competent people seem to always be the ones that are punished.
Would that be the enemy?
As a matter of fact, yes.
Who was the idiot who cut that man's fence?
I was ordered to, sir.
By who?
Major Horton, sir.
Major Horton?
Yes, sir.
Major Horton told you to do that?
Yes, sir.
Major Horton ordered you to
Oh
cut
my
the
god,
fence.
dude.
Yes, he did.
This man should get punished.
Is on leave in London.
I do not understand. Your orders to me were to inspect the latrines at 1000 hours. From 0930 to 0955, I was censoring the enlisted men's mail by order of Colonel Strayer. At 1000 hours, I followed your orders to the minute.
I changed that time to 0945.
No. I'm quartered with a family that has no telephone.
And sent a runner.
No runner found me, Captain.
Irregardless, when given a task to perform by a ranking...
Covering his ass.
I performed my duty as I was ordered, sir.
And I disagree. So, your options are quite simple, Lieutenant. Punishment for your offenses will be denial of a 48-hour pass for 60 days.
Oh my
Stand before
fucking
me at
God.
attention. Or you may initiate a letter of appeal and request a trial by court-martial.
I changed my mind. He is an asshole.
You spend your weekends on the base anyway, Dick. Be a man. Take the punishment.
May I borrow your pen, sir? My endorsement, sir. I request trial by court-martial.
First time someone stepped up to this motherfucker. He's real nervous now.
Winner scrambles eggs while the rest of us make the big jump with Sobel.
I mean, they all sort of trust him.
So we're going through with this, right?
Gotta do something.
They're gonna fucking...
We'd all better be clear of the consequences.
I was gonna say, they're gonna try to sabotage Showbowl, even if it
We could be lined up.
fucks them up a little bit.
I will not follow that man into combat.
It's not only, like, do you have to trust them, but you have to respect them. Like, no matter how good at their job they are. And he's obviously not been good at his job. But you need trust.
Let's do it.
Obviously, it's the army. You can't be a pushover. But still. All with each other.
Good luck.
Ought to have you all shot. Nothing less than an active mutiny while we prepare for the goddamn invasion of Europe. Sergeant Harris?
Sir.
Turn in your stripes, collect your gear. You are hereby transferred out of my regiment.
You gonna do it to everyone?
Get out.
It's like shooting yourself in the foot.
Sergeant Ranny?
Sir.
You consider yourself lucky I'm only busting you to private. All of you NCOs have disgraced the 101st Airborne. You can consider yourself lucky that we are on the eve of the largest action in the history of warfare, which leaves me no choice
We need you.
but to spare your lives.
Keep him coming, attaboy.
What the fuck did y'all do?
I can only speculate, sir. Most of the men would never do this. But
Rip this man
I
a
believe
new one.
just a few of the sergeants may have felt their loyalty lay more to the platoon than to the company.
And these few sergeants convinced all of the other NCOs in your company to turn in.
Oh.
They have a great amount of influence, sir. But as I say, the rest are good men. I know them. I can work with them.
This business of the winter's court-martial has been an unpleasant distraction.
Bullet?
Indeed it has, sir.
However, your command of Easy Company has been exemplary.
Thank you, sir.
In fact, except for the actions of a few of your non-coms, I believe you've fielded one of the finest companies of soldiers I've ever seen.
Yes, sir.
Just keep this man out of the fucking field.
Established a parachute training school at Chilton Foliot. The idea is for non-infantry types who are vital to the coming invasion, such as doctors and chaplains, to take jump training there. Frankly, I can't think of anyone more qualified to command such a school than you are.
Okay, just trying to send him away. Did you not want that? I mean, you have to know that you're not...
War effort needs you elsewhere.
You would have to know that you're not suited. You're scared you're making a lot of mistakes. I mean, obviously, I assume there's a sense of pride, but...
Who will be replacing me?
Lieutenant Meehan from Baker Company is senior. Good luck at Chilton Foliot, Herbert.
Can't lose the respect of your men. Looks like a fucking spanked baby.
Is all this real? Yeah. Well, some of it's from the Omens. Some of these tailors knocked up. It's for you lads, actually, so I can get your mince pies on some of this Jerry Clobber, if you know what I mean. Not really. Hey? Hey, Mac, you got a Luger?
Speaking gibberish there.
My hands on a real Luger. Yeah, go on in. Quick butchers, yeah?
Again, I don't know how to describe it. Like, a part of it is wholesome, but a part of it is like, this is fucking war and this sucks.
And they volunteered for it. Christ, Dick, I was just shooting crap through them.
I love this man.
Hunter. So when things got really bad, the man in the foxhole next to them would be the best. Not some draftee who's gonna get him killed.
Are you ticked because they like me? Because I'm spending time to get to know my soldiers? I mean, come on. You've been with these guys for what, 2 years? I've been here for 6 days.
You gotta form a strong bond.
So what? Soldiers do that. I don't deserve a reprimand for it.
What if you'd won?
What?
What if you'd won? Never put yourself in a position where you can take from these men.
That's good advice right there.
H hour, D-Day. Airborne's objective, gentlemen, is to take the town of Currahee.
I've heard of some of these things.
Lieutenant Meehan?
Yes, Dukeman.
Sir, are we dropping tonight?
When it's time for you to know, we'll let you know. In the meantime, study these sand tables, maps.
This is horrifying.
3-day supply, K-rations, chocolate bars, charms, candy.
His voice is so iconic.
Compass, bayonet, entrenching tool, ammunition, gas mask, reset bag with ammo, my webbing, my 45, canteen, 2 cartons of smokes, Hawkins mine, 2 grenades, smoke grenade, gamma grenade, TNT, this bullshit, and a pair of nasty skivvies. What's your point? No, they stuck weighs as much as I do. I still got my shoot, my reserve shoot, my May West, my M1.
Jesus.
I can use some brass knuckles.
Boys, don't let your families miss out on $10,000.
Good man.
Yeah, boy.
Has Garnier said anything to you about his brother?
Garnier.
I got a problem.
One in Africa?
Wife keeps up with things back home, casualty listing like that.
Yeah.
Garnier's brother in Italy?
Ah, never mind.
Killed in Monte Casino.
Well, I'm sure he doesn't know.
Damn. What do you think I should do?
If it were me, I'd tell him.
A couple of hours before we jump? I don't know.
Tell him. Tell him.
Soldiers of the regiment, tonight is the night of nights.
Again, I want to repeat. I've never been in the setting before, and I've never seen anything of the setting, actually. But it feels very realistically written, the dialogue.
Here is John.
Should you be giving blood?
I woke up.
Something happened to
Got the wrong goddamn jacket.
I was struck by lightning.
Want to finish reading?
Bill Garnier's brother.
Remember this. I didn't lie to you. But you were right and I was wrong.
For me, you're
Aww.
Got something you might be looking for. Took your jacket by mistake. Sorry.
You read it?
Where the fuck is Monte Casino?
Jesus.
At least some way. Sorry about your brother, Bill.
Sorry for my mom. He was,
It's so heartbreaking.
Let's get this over with.
Like, and like, not just in World War II, but in all wars, like how normal this is. I don't know if I'm the best at explaining it, but the army, I don't know if this is necessarily classified as the army. I hope you guys know what I mean. Feels very ritualistic in a sense, like for comfort. For like, you know what I mean? Like a strict routine. I'm sure that helps calm people on the brink of death down, if that makes any sense. God, it's like angelic chanting or marching to our death. It's horrifying. This is horrifying. This music is killing. Again, I'll repeat what I said throughout the episode. This feels so fucking high quality. Again, repeat, HBO. Like, it's good. All of their sort of miniseries. Chernobyl is fantastic. Again, like, I don't know how to word it. It's horrifying, but it's also inspiring, and it's pissing me off, but and it's making me sad, but I'm almost speechless. And like, this is the first episode. I know that shit is gonna get worse, tougher to see, more heartbreaking. And it's like so many innocent young men and women. Again, I want to repeat what I said. Like, it's for a good cause. World War II, you know what I mean? It's fucking Hitler and co. But it still fucking sucks. Okay, guys, that was the first episode of Band of Brothers. Obviously, something I do really want to say. It's a lot going on. As with a lot of miniseries, they're mini for a reason. There's a lot of shit, you know what I mean? And it doesn't slow. It just gives you everything at once. And then I do want to repeat, I'm not the best with the time period. It's never... World War II is never something that really... not World War II, is it? But World War II media, entertainment. Just something that never really caught my eye. Me knowing and have heard about how good this was over the past almost 10 years has earned it, you know what I mean? Me to watch this, if that makes sense. So, there's a lot, and I want to say, I don't think I'm confused, but if I did miss anything or not pick up anything, or there's some fun facts that you guys want to tell me, please let me know in the comments. I would really appreciate it. One thing I do want to say real quick before I get into the rest of my review of the episode. I did mention how I'm going to watch Band of Brothers, and then I'm going to watch The Pacific, then I'm going to watch Masters of the Air. I know I said it in the middle of the episode. This is my first real World War II media I've ever watching. That includes movies. So if there are any excellent World War II movies that you guys would like me to watch after I finish Masters of the Air eventually, I would really appreciate if you let me know. List them in the comments. I'll definitely watch them in the future. But anyway, getting to the episode. The first thing that really stuck out to me was the dialogue. It felt so realistic. And again, I have never been in this situation. I've never been in anything near this situation before. I'm very privileged to have not had to do that. But it felt, like I said, the dialogue was so normal, and it was so almost heartbreaking. It was wholesome. Again, I made a joke about them feeling so much like brothers, but that's what that's what happens when you're in a situation like this. Like, not just from the perspective of like going into war, and death is around every corner. You know what I mean? You obviously get close to the people around you, but just from the sense of like the training, like you're with the same fucking people doing the same shitty shit for days and weeks and months and potentially years. You grow really close, and that's something that I really thought was fantastic. And to me, it's always a sign of 10 out of 10 dialogue. It's when the characters feel like they've been living and breathing in their world for multiple years, and are comfortable with each other. I did not personally feel like there was any sort of big lore dumps or unnatural dialogue to catch up the audience or anything like that. I feel like I was dropped into the situation, and we're good. We're going. It's full throttle already. At points, that does make it maybe tough to understand who's talking or their relationships. But I repeat, realistically, this dialogue was perfect. And I also think that I think miniseries definitely fall into this category. Something like Band of Brothers, I feel like is even better on a second watch. And now, again, I could be... That's just my feeling from an episode 1. But where you sort of know everybody, know their relationships with each other, it gets even better once you know them a little bit. But, again, I got a lot of names. I think I'm more comfortable with the names and less of the faces. Because, I'm going to be honest... Middle-aged white men apparently all look the goddamn same. Because there are a lot of... But I've got a lot of names written down already. And there's going to be more to come. Neil McDonough? His character. I forget his name. Muck. No, not Muck. Who is it? This is the problem with the first couple episodes and potentially even the entirety of the series. There's so many fucking names. But Neil McDonough's character, and I hope I'm pronouncing the actor's name right, even in the minimal scenes that he was given this episode, he's probably my most intriguing character. Again, it might just be because I love the actor and I feel like he's very charismatic. But he's my most anticipated character. I feel like I don't know. That's another thing too. Just going back, and I want to compliment this sort of intelligence of the writing. Like, it's something simple, but like they don't like immediately like explicitly say, "Oh, this gentleman was gambling with his," you know what I mean? No, it's just realistic dialogue. You jump right in the middle of it. You know what the fuck's happening. You know what's going on. But yeah, his character, again, I forget his name. Let's continue a little bit with the names. I really loved him. David Schwimmer as Sobel. I would assume he's gonna come back. The one thing that my only question, and again, I feel like it's gonna be answered in the cold open. They were who was it? Winters and was that Meehan? Was it Meehan? Winters and someone were talking about someone they'd been with for 712 days. Was that Sobel, or was that someone else that I don't know? Or am I being stupid? I might be being stupid. I am kind of stupid. If it's something that gets answered later, don't let me know. But that was the only thing immediately throughout the episode that I was like, who the fuck are they talking about? What's going on? But anyway, going to Sobel real quick. Incredible. Schwimmer's incredible. It's funny, and I want to repeat. This is my first time seeing him act in anything. That being said, he almost feels like a meme because of Friends and how, you know what I mean, popular and iconic that show is, and you know it's never been something I've dabbled in. But I always see clips of him being funny and stupid or whatever. He's phenomenal in this. Okay, and again, whether or not he comes back, I would assume he does. But he was fucking incredible. Such a piece of shit asshole. But like, I didn't feel like he was one dimensional. I felt like very quickly I got some of his strengths. I saw a lot of his weaknesses. He feels very sort of not confident, nervous, over analyzing. I think I did read him wrong in the beginning, where I said maybe there might be a slight tinge of like putting on those walls might be to help his people around him. I don't think it is. I think he's putting up the walls just to sort of help make himself look confident, look comfortable, and look like he knows what the fuck's going on. But it's clearly that he is not, at this point, with what I've been shown, it didn't look like he was best suited to be in the field. But again, it's one of those things. He's a phenomenal trainer. Is that the correct word? You guys know what I mean. I feel like he's really good at that job. He's a piece of shit, and you know what I mean. The people under him don't necessarily like him, but they listen to him. You know what I mean? So I feel like he's a good asset to have at the lower levels of the army to sort of toughen guys up. It sucks to say, but this whole thing too, like, I know I'm about to see some crazy shit, and again, I really don't want to look like an absolute idiot. I know of D-Day, I know of Normandy, and I've heard of Utah and stuff like that. I'm not necessarily like, I'm not a big historian buff when it comes to World War II time period. I don't really know that much. So it's almost like, I feel like a normal person who has a basic conception of what the fuck happened in the war, watch the show and they're sort of focusing on the characters and the journeys. I'm obviously doing that, but also part of me is like paying attention to the plot, like, oh, what I'm feeling like World War II is like an actual show that someone wrote, and I'm looking at the plot twists and shit like that. So, again, a lot of stuff is being thrown at me. It's not more than I can handle, but I just do want to repeat. There's a lot of stuff. If I do miss anything, or you guys want to tell me some stuff, I would really fucking appreciate it. Winters, obviously, did I talk about Sobel enough? Sobel was incredible as a character. Him fucking refusing to salute Winters back. Again, piece of shit. Piece of fucking shit. That's what I mean. Like, he's an abuser of the people under him, and you need the respect of people and the trust. Like, again, you can't be a pushover, especially in the army. You can't. I'm not saying be that level, but and I think that's something that Winters feels absolutely incredibly, and it's something that I feel like he showcased in his conversation with McDonough's character. The idea of like, yeah, it's cool to get to know your people, but don't overstep your bounds. And especially don't, in the gambling case, don't take things from people under you, because they will grow to hate you. And that's, again, you can't let the people under you hate you. Okay, they have to trust you, they have to respect you, they have to rely on you. And that's the reason why fucking Sobel was kicked the fuck out. Again, I don't know if, I would assume that Sobel's going to come back in some aspect or some regard, specifically because going into it, Schwimmer was really the only actor I knew was in it, so I don't think he would just be in one episode. Whether or not he's going to prove himself in some aspect, or he's just going to showcase himself to be a buffoon again, is yet to be seen. But I'm very intrigued to see how all of this plays out, to be fair. Again, it was so great seeing, again, Randleman, Toy, other people, the actors that I'm familiar with, and obviously I know both of them from Arrow, and some other stuff too, but specifically Toy's voice is one of the most iconic voices I've ever seen in TV history. Less raspy than the more modern day version I've seen of him, but it's really fun seeing a show that has so much star power, because it immediately adds legitimacy to what I'm seeing, if that makes sense. And obviously the fact that the show is shot like a goddamn fucking grade A movie, and the music in the background, everything feels so high quality. It sort of makes me respect the show more. It makes me pay attention, because I know you guys have watched a show before, and you've been really interested in the premise, and you watch it and you're like, this is kind of poorly made, and it sort of brings you out of it. It makes you stop caring. I feel the care made by, I feel the care put into the show by the showrunners and the actors and the directors and the producers and the cinematographers, and I feel that care, and it makes me care about the show even more. And it obviously helps. And it's, I talk about this a lot on my channel. As someone who, I said I have a film degree in the beginning. I would love to be an author or a screenwriter one day. I'm very interested in the process of writing stories. The most important thing in a story is the characters. It's their relationships. It's how you feel for them. It's how you connect with them. It's how they connect with others. The dialogue, like I said, that is the most important thing in order to captivate your audience, in my opinion. And I feel like the setting of this show perfectly allows that exploration of the characters to happen. Again, it's called Band of Brothers. And I've been saying it throughout the entire episode, like, war is so terrible and all this death and destruction and shit like that. But there's almost a semblance of wholesomeness, of respect, seeing these people grow so strong together and rely on each other and help each other and trust each other. That's obviously why I would think the show is called Band of Brothers, because obviously it's going to cover World War II, and specifically this, again, I don't know the exact vocabulary I'm supposed to use, division or troop or whatever. The most important part is these guys' relationships with each other. And obviously, it's war. Some of these characters are going to fucking die, and I might tear up. I might, you know what I mean? There's a lot of ways that they can take this, too. I don't know, because that episode, the first episode felt very grand, if that makes sense. Obviously, it focused on people like Winters and Sobel and stuff like that, but it really felt more of like an all-around, like, here's everyone a little bit. You get to know the situation, the setting, some of their past, their relationships with each other, and then send them off to war. We're going straight into it in episode 2. But there's a lot of different formats that they could take the show. I mean, favorite live action show for me of all time is Lost. One of the reasons why is because I love how you have a flashback story and you have an on-island story, and it sort of picks one character to focus on in both. And that sort of there's thematic beats and lessons and symbolism and parallelism in each of those stories. I could definitely see this going that way. I could see them focusing on certain members, their past lives and the reason they joined the army and all that. So this is so quality, so goddamn quality. I'm so happy to be watching this. Again, I want to repeat, this isn't necessarily my favorite genre of show. You know what I mean? As I've stated 20 times in the reaction already, I'm not a big World War II aficionado. But still, even with this not being my favorite genre, this has been one of my most anticipated shows forever. Forever. And the first episode definitely lived up to the hype. Like I said, there's a part of it, it feels Shakespearean in the sense of like there's so much stuff they're throwing at me that I do need to sort of take a minute to just sit and breathe, if that makes any sense for a little bit. But my enjoyment level was crazy. There's a lot of characters. I don't really want to do a fucking 20-minute segment where I break down each little character. I really enjoyed all of them. I loved, again, how realistic the dialogue was, how they're making fun of each other, how they're relying on each other. They really do feel like brothers. I feel like that's cringy, and I'm going to say it like every episode, but they do feel like brothers. This episode felt a lot of like little tidbits from everyone, so we can get acquainted with the situation. I would assume that we're going to get deeper dives into each of these characters in the next couple episodes. Hopefully we get to know them before they die, because some of them are going to fucking die. That's another thing too. I mentioned before, I had one piece of confusion about who they were talking about in the cold open. Again, if they answer it, you don't need to tell me. Another question I have, Randleman, Cudlet's character, he was in the signing scene, right, where they wrote those letters, and then he just didn't pop back up. Was he? Maybe I missed it. Maybe he was the first guy that was kicked out. I don't know. Where is he? That'd be my question. Other than that, I feel like I have a good grasp of everything. And again, Sobel felt like the MVP of the episode, not necessarily in terms of me liking him, but in terms of like character presence and aura and little arc. And so a fantastic antagonist. Again, I don't know whether he's going to get a redemption arc or not. Again, I say it like this is based off a real story, so these are real people I'm talking about. But I'm sort of speaking about it as if it's a TV show, because it is a TV show for me. But I don't know if he's going to have some sort of redemption arc. But he's one of those characters you love to hate. And again, beginning of the episode, I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but it didn't work out very good for him. I think that's going to be it for this first episode. Like I said, there's a lot of information. I'm not... It's hard to do a full, complete analysis of an hour and 15-minute episode when you're just being introduced to a whole bunch of characters. So I definitely do look forward to sort of learning more about the characters and the story and all that as we go on. Like I said, if you're interested in seeing my full-length reactions, especially if you're interested in seeing them earlier than they air on YouTube, like I said, once a week from now on for the next 10 weeks, check the YouTube comments. It'll have the exact episode I'm currently on. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to be here for the whole journey for me. And other than that, I think that's it. Again, if there's anything you want to let me know about in the comments, fun facts, tidbits, Easter eggs, or anything like that, please let me know in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. I will see you guys next week. You guys have a good one.